Born with normal vision, Demarest Atuhaire began experiencing severe eye pain at the age of 4. Despite repeated efforts by his parents to seek medical treatment, his condition worsened until he eventually lost his sight completely.
They had to take me to very many hospitals, but even the medical doctors couldn't identify what could be the exact challenge.
He says losing his vision significantly affected his dreams and slowed his academic journey.
There is 1 year that which I repeated. So, but just because I couldn't have another suggestion, I would just be patient and I continue with my studies. And sometimes, when you have started growing, you you always target yourself that at least by maybe 20 years I should have completed with my A level. At least I joined university when I'm still young and still fresh.
This file has a few documents that will guide you.
We met Atuhaire during the swearing-in ceremony of the 22nd Guild President and handover of the Guild Executive, where the university officially launched its Braille and audio constitution formats.
In days when Damaris doesn't want to use the Braille, he will use his flash to listen.
Despite the challenges, Atuhaire believes visually impaired persons can achieve much more when provided with Braille materials and assistive devices that enable independent learning and participation.
I officially declare the Kyambogo University Braille Guild Constitution launched and ready to serve for God and my country.
The launch of the Braille Constitution is intended to ensure that more than 100 visually impaired students at the university can access, understand and participate in guild affairs and other governance processes on campus. The ceremony was attended by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Professor Justus Kwetejeka, representing the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Erika Tunguka, and a number of university staff and lecturers. Students with visual impairments welcomed the initiative, saying it represents progress while also highlighting persistent gaps in access to information.
We are so glad that finally we persons with visual impairment, we are also going to have it and know what the constitution of our mighty university tells us.
One of the challenges to find that all other documents in the university, for example, the calendar, they will release a calendar, and this calendar for the university, you find that it is only it is only in print, and the only thing you can do is to ask a person who can see, who is able-bodied, to help you read this thing. But remember that when we talk about something like someone should come and read for me, we are emphasizing over dependency, and this is one thing that we are trying to make sure that a person with disability live with a lot of independence, and he can at least make sure that he can live with secrecy. I can read, I can move wherever I want.
According to the Dean of Students, Bridget Mogume, the Braille Constitution was the result of a collaborative effort involving the Guild leadership, university management and technical experts who worked to ensure that the final document remained accurate and legally authentic.
Council required us to make sure that we have all that we need to support the students with disability. That's why we came up with the accessible Braille Guild Constitution.
Among those involved in the project was Principal Legal Officer Claire Ninsima, who helped simplify and interpret the legal language, while Binasali Chevagada played a key role in the Braille formatting process.
15 years ago, I was a student here and I was sharing a room with my friend who was legally blind. He could not see anything. So he taught me his words before even becoming a professional. And in doing so, I learned Braille before even going to class. This is Kyambogo University Guild Electro Regulations 2026. I learned how to use a computer for persons with vision impairment. I learned how to support a person with vision impairment, all the mobility orientations. After my first degree here, I was retained by the university to ensure, because I had the skills, I started teaching them what we call adapted ICT or assistive technology devices.
He says the launch of the Braille and Audio Constitution should mark the beginning of broader efforts to make university information and learning materials accessible to all students, regardless of disability. University officials say the initiative reflects ongoing efforts to strengthen inclusive learning environments and improve access to civic and academic materials for students with disabilities.
Started in 2024, February 2024, and we concluded it like 3 months ago. And of course, the reason it took that long is because there were different stakeholders who were consulted through the students, the different forums of the university management, and it finally was passed by council.
For visually impaired students like Demarest Atuhaire, however, the launch represented more than a constitution document. It was a step toward ensuring that access to leadership, participation and information is not determined by one's ability to see, but by the opportunities available to all. Betty Mudondo, NTV Weekend Edition.
I am going to request the US